Hi everybody, welcome to my live. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I hope y'all having a wonderful Valentine's Day. My name is Laura Rodrick. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. I go live every Tuesday night around 7 p.m. to show you a really fun card class. And then right after this, I will also post on my Facebook business page and to YouTube, so you can always catch the replay at one of those two places later. In a couple weeks, I'm going to stop going live on my Facebook page, and I'll go live on my business page. So if you haven't been to my business page at all, hop on over there. Hi Pam, happy Valentine's Day. Hop over to it. It's Sunshine and Sparkle Stamping. That's my business page. Hop over there and like it, and that way you'll get notified when the videos come up. Tonight's going to be a fun class. We're going to be using the On the Farm bundle from Stampin' Up, and I love it. I think it's really cute. I hope you guys like it too. So let's start by first talking about the contest that we have every week for sharing. This week we were giving away 2 rolls of ribbon, the Real Red and Garden Green ribbon, which really nice ribbons that, again, you could use for Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's, doesn't have to be Christmas colors. And also a pack of these brand new iridescent pastel gems in really, really pretty colors. So the winner of this week's contest was Carol. Carol, I don't think I have your address. Hi, Renee. Carol, I don't know if thank you for sharing. I don't know if I have your address yet. So please either message me or send an email to sunshineandsparklestamping@gmail.com with your address so I can put these in the mail for you. So this week I would like to give away these flat adhesive backed pearls, and these are gorgeous. These are really pretty flat pearls, and they're from the set that is By the Sea. So these are a really nice embellishment. All you have to do is share my video either on YouTube, on Facebook, and then write in the comments that you shared, so I can see that you shared, because if you just share, it doesn't always show up depending on your privacy settings. So thank you to everybody who shared and who continues to share. I really appreciate it a lot. All right, and I just wanted to mention too, I have a couple winners from past who have not yet given me their address, so I still have your things. I'm ready to send them out. And that was Nadine Barnhart and Karen Clark. So if you guys are watching, PM me with your address so I can get those prizes out to you. All right, let me turn my camera down and let's get started on the cards for tonight. All right. Let me tighten this up and make sure my hands are going to mostly be in the picture. I think that looks pretty good. All right. So tonight we're going to be working out of the Sale-a-bration catalog. And as you guys know, you can earn free products by spending $50 or $100. This paper tonight that we're going to use is free with a $50 purchase, and it's called Day at the Farm Designer Series Paper. You can see a couple of the projects that they've done here in the catalog. So that's really fun, and it's free, so you got to love that. All right, hold on. I want to make sure that I came up on Facebook and get myself situated over on my iPad. All right, very good. They've just recently added some more products to Sale-a-bration, so there's other things you can get besides what's in that little catalog. So this is a really fun punch. They have that Hive 3D embossing folder. This paper, Enjoy the Journey, is absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors. I'm going to show you something with this later on tonight. The Eden's Garden bundle, I got that one last week because that is a complete stamp set and a die set. So what a bargain to get for free. Really nice things. I will email you this flyer if you send me an email if you want to take a look at what else you can get for free. Okay, so the free paper for On the Farm also coordinates with a stamp and die set that's in our mini catalog, our January through April mini catalog. So here's the stamp set, here's the dies, and I'll show you up close and personal what they look like. And these are the cards we're going to make. So we have this happy birthday card, and this is a pop-up card, which I think is really fun. I hope you can see the pop-up here. It just kind of opens and it pops up to this little scene right like that. And it says happy birthday from all of us. So I think that's really cute. Thinking happy thoughts of you. We've got today is a good day. We're going to make this little scene right here. And then I've got these really cute little, they're raspberry gummy pigs. And I just think they're really cute. So just a little treat bag we're going to make. All right. Let me put these aside. Okay. So here is the stamp set. Lots of fun little things, you know, and we're going to use a lot of these things tonight. Cute little sentiments. Lots of dies. This die set has 27 dies in it. Look at the little cows, duck, chicks, pigs, everything. And some of these dies I've already put aside too, because we're going to do a little bit of die cutting with these things too. And the fun part about this set is this paper too, that I was telling you about, this free paper. So a lot of these dies work on this paper. See this first sheet here? You get a couple sheets of each in the pack of paper. And the dies cut out the cow and the sheep and the pig, which makes making the cards, even the flower, really easy. You'll see tonight. So here's some of the designs just to show you. Vegetables, little flowers on the back. So the front and the back both have good designs. This is a big, I just saw something on Demonstrator Planning Place today where they cut out the scenes and made some slimline cards. So that was really cute. I'd like to do that. Some chicken wire, that's fun. A little bit of a burlappy type background. So as you can see, these are just really fun prints. And we're going to use a lot of these patterns tonight with our cards. Okay. The other thing, we're going to go ahead and make this card first. The other thing that I've done is use the stitch rectangle die. So we're going to do the sentiment with that. I've used for the sentiment the happy birthday. And I took that from the Celebrating You set. And it's right here, the happy birthday. And then for the little pig treat bag, we're going to use the Just For You from the same Celebrating You stamp set. Okay, you can use any sentiments you want. I'm sure everybody has a happy birthday stamp right in their collection for sure. And then the last die that we're going to use tonight with the sets is the Stylish Shapes dies, which we use a lot. These were on back order for a little while, but oh yeah, Renee, that is the Carol that won. Okay. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. So these were on back order for a little while. They're back in stock, and these are really fun. I've already taken out a couple of the circles because, again, we're going to use some of these dies tonight in the cards. Okay, so I just dropped all the pieces for our first card, so hold on a second. Okay, here's everything. Okay, so we're going to start with there's a lot of pieces this week. We're going to just start with our basic card base, and this time we've done 4 1/4 by 11, so we just cut our 8 1/2 by 11 sheet of cardstock in half this way, and then we scored it at 5 1/2, so our card is going to open up this way. I have one of the pieces of DSP, which I like this plaid, and you can see the other side is the animal, so we're going to just start by attaching that. I guess we'll just do what we can do while it's right here. No point in coming back to it. Let's just stick it down, right? Okay. All right. So I'm trying to think, should we build the outside or the inside first? I don't know. I guess let's do the inside first. Let me put this stuff kind of away. I've got this piece for a couple of pieces to stamp and die cut things. Okay, so that would come if you're in your make and takes, if you get your make and takes from this week. All right, so this is going to go on the front of our card like this. This is going to be for the sentiment, so I'll put this right here because we're going to stamp it. All right, so then for the inside of the card, I've got 2 pieces of DSP, and that one, the plaid piece that we used, all 3 of these pieces are 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Okay, so we've got this plaid one on the outside. On the inside, we're going to go ahead and adhere this one up here and then this one down here. Okay, so let's put those down. And this is all with the same DSP and 5 1/4 by 4 inches. It'll leave a nice border of the cherry cobbler. All right. Okay, so we've kind of got our card base all set with everything on it that we need. Okay, So the part that's going to do the pop out is this piece right here. And I've already scored this. This is cherry cobbler cardstock, and it's 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. Wait a second, or is that the other piece? There's so many pieces. This might be the 4 1/2 by 3. Let me measure. Okay, this is 3 1/2 by 4. 3 1/2 by 4. And then it is scored at 1/2, 1 1/2, and 3 1/2. Okay, and then you have this, you end up with this little 1/2 inch piece at the end. So we're just gonna fold on the score lines. Very simple little piece like that. So we're basically just making it so it's just gonna sit in our card just like this. Okay, and I think there's no reason why we can't attach that. Let's put, before we do that, maybe we wanna build it first. I don't know. Let's get at least our piece of DSP, and this is the same DSP. This one is that little grassy hills DSP. Okay, and so let me see if I can see how big this one is. I have it all written down, but it's a lot of pieces, so I have to look for a second to see where it is. Maybe it's just easier just to go ahead and measure it. But it is in the project and measurement sheet. So this is 3 1/2 by 2 inches. All right, so let's put this piece down. It's best if you do this on a flat surface, not on top of the bumps. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this right here. This will not have a border right here. And it kind of fits perfectly there, okay? So you can see how that's gonna go on the card like that. And I think at this point we can go ahead and put this on, and then we'll put the other pieces on afterwards. Okay, so the 2 pieces that are gonna get sticky are this one right here at the top, these 2 1/2 inch folds. So we'll just put some adhesive. All right, I'm gonna line this adhesive up right at the edge right here. Okay, so that's gonna open up this way. Then I'm gonna fold this over. Let me just make sure. Da, da, da. I know there's, hold on one second. Let me first of all get this little piece of glue off. I think if I put it down like this, nope, that's a little bit too low. Hold on, that did not work right. Let me just do it like this and kind of put it, because I want it to be flat when it's like this, right? Nope, hold on. Nope, hold on. Please stand by. I can't go up here. I know there's a way to get this perfect, but I just can't think right now what the way is. All right, I'm just gonna do it like that for now, and it's gonna open up like this, although it's still not right. I want it to be here, but then it doesn't fold right, because what we want it to do is fold like this, right? So I'm just gonna, it has to be like this, okay? It's got to be like this. Let me just look at this and see. Oh, you know why? I know why. I see what happened here. This is 1 inch right here. So that's why. All right, let's recut this really quick, because clearly my little thing was wrong. So we're gonna fix this right now. Give me 1 second. And we'll just cut it out with another piece of cherry cobbler, because we want it to be right, right? All right, I have a new piece of cardstock, and I'm gonna be adding a 1/2 inch to it. And we already said that this is 4, so I need it to be 4 1/2 by 3 1/2. Okay, 4 1/2 by 3 1/2. So let's do that. 4 1/2 by 3 1/2. I can't believe I didn't measure that right. Then on the short side, we are going to do a 1 inch score. And then 3 inches, so this will be, I'm sorry, 2 inches, so this will be at 3. So 1, 3, and then the little one is going to be here. Let me just check, make sure that's right now. Yes. Okay. Sorry about that. I usually am pretty careful about measuring, but I only make the card once before I do the video, and then I go back, and it's usually a couple of weeks, and then I go back and I'm like, okay. All right, so here we go again. Sometimes it's funny too, because I do these so far in advance. I can't remember what colors I use sometimes for markers either, because I do them in advance. Okay, so now this gets put right here. This can be like this. Ta-da! Finally, it opens right. Okay. Now we're going to take that piece of green, and I'm going to put it right on here. I might add a little bit more adhesive since I pulled that off the other one, just to make sure it sticks well. What's that saying about measure twice, cut once? Remember that saying? Yeah, didn't do that. Okay, ta-da, there we are. It's right now. Okay, now we want to do some decorating, okay? So, these pieces I cut from Cherry Cobbler, Basic White, with these stylish shapes in the squares. So let's just get this done. We'll do the easy parts first. How does that sound? Just a little bit of adhesive. This is where you're going to write what you want to write in the card, okay? So I think we kind of have the basic stuff down. As long as we're doing basic, let's finish the front with the basic. And we have Cherry Cobbler and this little piece of DSP, and that's going to go right here on the card. So I'm going to put this down, the first layer on top of the Cherry Cobbler, and this will leave a border, and we'll kind of have that centered. And then I'm going to pop this up to the front of the card, just like this. All right, let me see if I can get this centered. I hear voices. I wonder if that's the television or what that is. Okay. All right, these are going to get stamped, so we might as well stamp those next. And I'm just doing it in Memento. All right. And this one's going to say from all of us on the skinny part that's going on the inside. And then the other one is the happy birthday that's going on the outside. Okay. All right, let's pop this up. So a lot of the rest of the embellishments on this card are going to be the animals that we die cut. This is just going to go right here on an angle. Are the animals that we're going to die cut out, and then we'll stick those on. All right, and the From All of Us is just going to be attached to this little Cherry Cobbler from the Stitched Rectangle dies again. And I'm just putting that right across here. And then what I did was just take a pair of scissors and just kind of trim along the lines that are already there. So it just kind of has a border at the top and the bottom. Okay. And, oh, hold on, I didn't cut that straight. I just need a tiny bit more. Okay, and we will pop that up as well. And this is going on the inside, right in the center, right at the top right here. Okay, now we need our animals, okay? So like I said, this paper right here has the die cuts. And so what you're gonna need for all the cards tonight, you're gonna need 1 cow, you're gonna need 3 sets of the pigs, plus a little baby pig, 2 sheep, 4 red flowers and 1 yellow flower. So you just take the die cuts and, you know, just line them up. They fit perfectly. Let me see if I can show you one so you can see how nicely they line up. Let's take our friend the cow. And you just run them through your die cutting machine and it cuts out all the little animals. Okay? Nice and easy. I love when they make paper like that because, you know, some of these things like the cows, I couldn't color the cow that good, right? I just couldn't. All right, so we've got the cow for the outside and we need a red flower for the outside. And then on the inside, I'm going to show you, we're going to stamp a couple things. So we'll stamp them on here. I'll show you those. So I'm going to put those aside for right now. Out of the metal, the silver cardstock, I've cut one of these little, what do you call these? It's almost like a little windmill. So I've got one of those that's going to go on the front. So if you have the die set, real easy to cut those out. All right, also on the inside, I'm going to need a set of the pigs. And did I pull a sheep already? I need a little sheep. And the other thing we're going to need is some trees and a chicken. Okay, now those don't get cut from the paper, so we're going to have to stamp those. And then we'll color too. So, we might as well, I'm going to do everything right now for all the cards. So here's a chicken. I put these both on the same and a little silo. I also, we're going to need a barn. We're going to need some trees. So we've got this little tree. We're going to need 2 sets of the trees. And let me put one set here. Can I fit everything on here that we need? I think so. Okay, so those are the items that we're going to stamp. All right, then we want to do a little bit of coloring on those. And I'm going to start with the trees, and I'm using Granny Apple Green, so I'm just going to use the light and the dark to color in the trees. All right, so the rodeo is in town here in San Antonio, which is a big event in San Antonio. It lasts about 2.5 weeks. And it's at the AT&T Center, which is normally where the Spurs play. So they do every year their like 3-week rodeo road trip, and all their games are away. So the rodeo is lots of fun. They always have a lot of fun. So you go to the rodeo, and then right after the rodeo, there's a concert, which is pretty fun. And they truckload like tons and tons of dirt into the stadium, because obviously you need dirt for everything that goes on in the rodeo. So that's pretty fun. And gosh, it's almost like a fair because there's, I think there might be some rides. I don't know, because I don't have little kids, so we don't really do any of the rides. So I can't remember if there's rides or not, but there's, you know, all the food booths. There's lots of shopping. It's kind of a big event in San Antonio, and the weather right now is perfect. So it's good rodeo weather. Lots of fun. I wanted to go see Keith Urban next Saturday for the rodeo, but I don't know. The tickets were kind of expensive, so I don't think we're going to go. But lots of fun. And I can tell you, they have all the stalls with all the different animals because they compete for prizes or whatever they do with the animals, right? And the cows. So they give these cows a bath, obviously, and then they blow dry the cows and brush them. And it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Have you ever seen a blow dried cow? It's gorgeous. I mean, fluffy, beautiful. You know how it is when you get your dog groomed, right? How nice they look. Well, the cows are beautifully groomed, and it's just amazing to see and to watch. All right, so I'm just going to take a little light smoky slate to kind of color this chicken. Just give a little bit of color to this chicken so she's not all white. Nothing special, just like that. And maybe just a tiny bit of cherry cobbler just right up here at the crown, which you can hardly see anyway, but as a matter of fact, that doesn't even look like you can see it. Might be a little dried up. All right, we'll come back to color the other things because we don't need them for this card next. Okay, so I've already gone ahead and die cut out some trees. So we've got the couple of trees to die cut. And I need to find, this is going to be for another card. We only need one set of trees right now. And then pigs, I need the baby pig. Hold on, there's a lot of pieces. I'm going to need this one. And I'm going to need the chicken. Okay, I think that's all the pieces we need for this card. And do I have another flower maybe? Okay, let me put these pieces aside and we'll start assembling. So just so you can see, here's the die for the chicken. After you stamp it, you can cut it out with the die and it cuts that beautiful border right around the edge. Same thing with the die for the trees. We've got a couple of trees cut out like that. That's it, so easy. All right, so let's start with the outside. We're gonna put our cow on. Uh-oh, everybody's slipping. Come on out, he's hiding. All right, let's pop the cow up. All right, and this little cow is just gonna eat some grass right here. And then I'm going to take this little windmill and add some glue to it. I think I'll just use a little bit of Tombow. See if I can be neat with it. And put that right about here. You know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I used a little bit of a mini dimensional too. Because this part's popped up, this part's not, so we need to add a little bit of height to this. So let me just sneak this behind with my scissors. Okay, just like that. And then we'll add a little flower. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm gonna use Tombow. I always try and do the easiest, fastest way, right? Okay, so that's what we're doing on the front with the animals. Now, on the inside, we're gonna start by putting our trees at the top of the scene. The other cards are easier, I promise. They'll go faster. So that's gonna go right about here. Okay, and then let's see, we've got our sheep who's going to go kind of near the top too, and we want them to be up a little bit so it looks a little more popped up when you open it, you know, so you have a little bit more dimension like that. Okay, and then we'll pop up the pigs. These pigs are really cute too. I love farm animals. I just think they're adorable. And we can put our pigs right here on the card. And then we're gonna put our chicken right here. And I'll pop the chicken up too. And I think the only other thing we're gonna add right there in that little scene is a flower. So here's our chicken. And that completes our, for all of us, all the little friends that are saying happy birthday. Little Tombow for this flower right here. Okay, and now we're gonna just take this little pig, because this little baby pig is so cute, and just kind of put it right here, right where we're gonna write. Okay, so that's the inside all finished like that. Okay, and then for the outside we want to add some linen thread. And so I'm just going to wrap this around a few times and kind of slide it a little bit behind what we have here. I want to make sure I have enough to tie the bow. And I'm going to actually slide it through here. Ta-da. One, and we'll just go around a couple times. Kind of tighten this up. You can go around 2 or 3 times, whatever you want to do. And let me cut it and tie it. I always find that when I'm using the linen thread, I'm going to see if I can just tie a bow. Sometimes I have to tie the knot first because I'm not that good. I don't know if my fingers are too big or sometimes I have to tie the knot first before the bow, but I think we did okay. That's it. We have our little bow here. Just clip off the end so it's not too long. Okay, and that's it. We made it. We did it. We did the hard card. It's all finished. So there we go. Fun, right? Okay, let's do an easy card. So we're going to do this one, Thinking Happy Thoughts of You. I love this little chicken wire. I wasn't quite sure how to use it. I love that, though. I think it's really cute paper. Okay, so next pieces for this one. And this time we're starting with Balmy Blue, and we're doing the 8.5 by 5.5 score to 4 1/4. This one's going to open this way. Next, we're going to use some Daffodil, and this is Daffodil Delight 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 because I want a little bit skinnier of a border. Okay, so I went with a little bit of stranger measurements. So we're going to have a skinny border with the blue. Okay, that's our first layer right there. Then we're going to take this piece of the Designer Series paper, and let me see if I can see what this one is. This is the 5 1/4 by 4, so that's the typical one that we use. So let me put this one on next. And it's going to, because you have 3 layers, you're going to have a skinny border again, right? So that's what we have so far. All right, next we're going to take a little piece of the striped DSP from the same set and put that right across the bottom right here. And let me see if I can see what this one is. This is 5 1/4 by 1 inch. So that's going to just line up with this piece of DSP right here, just like that. Now, same thing with the Daffodil Delight. This is 5 1/4, but this is 1/2 inch. So we're just kind of add this Daffodil Delight border to kind of separate the 2 DSP patterns. I don't know. Sometimes I don't like my patterns touching. Okay, so that's what we have so far like that. Then we're going to go to our Stylish Shapes dies, and we have a rectangle of the Daffodil Delight. So we'll put that down. Just right here. And then the next size, which we're going to use the chicken wire. And I think I want to, did I pop that up? I think we'll pop that one up. So let's build on this piece before we put it down, okay? So, stamping, Thinking Happy Thoughts of You. Let's take that stamp right there and do it in Memento. Put it right in the middle of our square. Okay, and that one will pop up in the corner. All right, that's going to go like that. And it looks like I made a mistake because I wanted to wind the linen thread around here before I put this one down. And I guess I can still do that. Let me just wind it around and tie a bow. And I'm just going to wind it around twice again. It might actually be easier to do it this way because now it's stuck down and it's kind of holding my thread a little bit better for me, right? All right, so I'm going to tie the bow way over to the side over here because there's not going to be much room when we put that other layer down. And you know what, just to make things easier, I'm going to go ahead and tie my knot this time and then do the bow. Doing it backwards. Okay. Pressure off, easy to tie a bow now. All right, let's make that a little bit smaller. Okay. All right, so that's ready for our next layer. So let's finish this off. So now from that that hill DSP, and let me show you a piece of this. So this piece of designer series paper is all hills. And so you can either do like we did on the first card and just cut rectangles out of it, or what I did now is I just cut out a little piece and I just kind of went along and cut out some of the hills, and we're going to use that for a couple different things. So for this one, I'm just going to put a little piece of the hill and glue it down here, and that'll be kind of the backdrop for the other things we're going to put down, right? So let me just add a little bit of adhesive here, and I'm just going to put this here. Let's see, I think I like it right about there. And then I'm just going to cut it off from the back. Okay, just like that. Now we've got our little grassy hill to put our things on. I'm going to get that piece out that we used before. I'm going to color this barn. Now I used real cherry cobbler blends for coloring the barn. Lots of, you can see these little windows here, so I've got to get around these little windows and not color them in. So I'm probably better off, let me see if I can use the bullet tip, because that might be easier to color around these than with the brush tip. So when I was growing up, my great aunt and uncle, my grandma's sister and her husband had a dairy farm. And as kids, you know, they would take us to the farm. It was maybe 45 minutes, an hour away from our home. And gosh, what good memories I have of that. It was so much fun. All the cows, the chickens, but I mean, especially cows since it was a dairy farm. The crops, I mean, boy, talk about a green thumb. Even after they retired and moved off the farm into a home and had a garden, oh my goodness, unbelievable how talented they were. They could, most amazing garden I've ever seen. But okay, they were farmers, so I guess that's expected, but I was still impressed anyway. But fun memories of being on the farm. Maybe that's part of the reason I like this set so much. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of crumb cake blends. I'm going to do light color for the doors right here. It's kind of a real light. And then I'm going to take the dark crumb cake just to do, let me do the bullet tip, the roof line. Okay, so now we've got the barn colored. There's other, in this line right going across here, there's other cute stamps too that I didn't even use. There's like a haystack, which is super fun. I'm going to take the light smoky slate again and color the silo. Being on the farm and watching how they milked the cows, and it was pretty amazing operation they had, and the big vats of the milk and how they pasteurized everything. It was, I mean, a good learning experience as a kid too, not just fun, but a good learning experience. So I'm just adding a little bit of dark just to kind of, and then I'll blend it in just to kind of add a little bit to that. So that's our barn and our silo. Again, take your dies, cut these things out. It's so fun that there's a die for all these little pieces. Okay, cut those out, and let me get what pieces we need for this card. So we've got a little yellow flower that's already been cut out, and then the silo and the barn, and we're going to get another set of pigs to go on this card. All right, so we're just ready to finish putting this together. I'm going to just take the yellow flower and glue it right here. We'll take our barn, and I'm going to put it a little bit behind the hill. So I might have to lift that up a little bit. Where is my take your pick? Just to kind of slide that a little bit behind right there. And let me slide it over. I want to have enough room for my silo. Let me see how that's going to go. See if I have room for the silo. Whoops. All that, and then I moved it. that look kind of sort of straight? Okay. Our cute little silo. Now we have a cute little farm scene, right? And then we'll pop this up on our card. And then we're just going to attach our little pigs. See if I can get that centered with. Okay, just like that. And then I'm just going to put a little adhesive on the pigs and just put these right down here. Okay, and that is it. Card number 2 with our little farm scene. Okay, card number 3. All right, hold on. I'm looking at the comments. Oh, Renee said she lived on a farm when she was 11. How amazing is that? That's so cool. All right. Let me put some of my toys away. Okay, this is going to be the next card we make. Today is a good day. So this one's kind of fun too. We're going to start out with just kind of our normal card stuff. So this is a thick basic white card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay. Next we have a layer of basic black, and that's 5 1/4 by 4. So we'll just put that centered right about there. Okay, then this really fun piece of the DSP. I like this. It says farm, right? It's cool. Okay, let's see if I can see what size this is. This is 5 by 3 3/4. And we'll center this one as well. Okay, now we want to start working on our little scene, okay? So what we're going to do for this is we're going to take this piece right here. This is just a piece of basic white. We're going to take some balmy blue, and we're going to take some a blending brush, and let me get something out to go so I can just start this. And I'm just going to kind of put a little blue in the background here, because I just want it to be a little bit wispy and kind of sky blue in the background, so it doesn't have to be too dark. And it's just going to kind of go like this. I'm trying to see if that's dark enough for me. I'll just go a little bit darker. Okay, I'm going to put this right here because we're going to do this again. Then I'm going to take a hill that I cut out, and I'm going to just adhere it right here. And then I will cut my circle after that. So let's put this right about here. I'm going to take my circle die, and I think I'm going to cut it right about here. So let's do some die cutting. Now, I've got this really cute boho blue machine, and you can get this as part of a starter kit, as part of the starter kit promotion. So if you're looking to play with a die cutting machine, this is just a really cute one to have. And this will fit in it, but let me trim it just a little bit because I've kind of got it hanging off the edges. Okay, and let me place my circle where I think I want it. I think right about there would be good. And we're just going to send this through and die cut it. All right. Now we've got our little circle scene that we're going to use. All right. Now, what we need for this one is I die cut a sheep out of that paper. We stamped and colored and die cut a tree. And then I also have a little red flower that I die cut from the paper. And that's right there. And that's going to make our scene. Now the other thing we're going to add is a sentiment that's going to go at the bottom. And we're going to use "Today is a good day," and I'm going to stamp that in Memento. And I'm going to do it pretty far over to the right on this banner because I'm going to cut off what's over here on the left. I think when I re-inked my black ink pad, I might have put too much ink because it's pretty inky and not as crisp. Of course, I don't know if there's anything I can do about that now once you put too much ink in. Okay, so now we can go ahead and start building. I'm going to start by popping up the circle. Let me get a new sheet of dimensionals here. And we'll put that right about here. All right, we'll do our little tree. And all right, I'm breaking out the glue again. Unusual for me. And I'm going to kind of set this behind a little bit. And it can kind of hang off the edge at the top. Okay, and we'll pop up a sheep. Make sure I don't have any ink. And again, can be kind of off the circle here. And then we're just going to glue the red flower. Oh, I have 2 of them. All right. Had 2 of them. Okay. Just like that. That looks cute, right? So I'm going to take my scissors and cut off the edge over here of this piece. Not sure I cut that exactly straight. Let me try again. Okay. And I didn't pop this up, so I'm just going to use a little bit of seal on this. And put that right over here off to the side. And then have that other flower that I had. And just use a little bit of glue to put it right here in the corner by the banner. And then to embellish, I'm going to take some of the matte black adhesive dots and put some of these out. So I'll just put, let's see, we'll do a big one and a couple little ones just to kind of decorate it like that. And nice and easy, right? Okay, that is our 3rd card. Of course, you can always decorate the inside, add a strip of DSP, add an animal, just do whatever you want to make it fun and cute. You could, on this one, maybe add a little cow on the inside, whatever you think. Lots of fun, right? You could decorate your envelope, maybe use some of this DSP to outside flap of the envelope to decorate, just to make it a little bit fancier. Okay, last, we're going to go ahead and make that really cute treat bag with the pigs. Okay, so we're going to use that same technique again to make our little circle. So let me pull out our pieces here for this card. And for each set of cards, I've included the pieces to stamp with. I've included, you know, the pieces to die cut. So you have all that. Okay, so these are the Peekaboo treat bags. We've used these before. They're like little Ziploc bags with a window. They're really very strong. So they're sturdy. Let me see if I can get this open. Okay, opens like that. Just a little Ziploc bag with a clear window. Really cute. I've got 2 pieces of the DSP, the one that kind of looks burlappy. And this is 3.5 by 2 inches and 3.5 by 1 inch. And we'll just start by adhering that down. So that's going to go right here. And at the bottom. right. Okay, for our sentiment, just for you, I'm going to stamp in Mossy Meadow. And again, that's from that other stamp set that's called Celebrating You, which I think that's a really pretty font. And we'll use some dimensionals for that. Hold on, got some ink going on. I'm going to use 3 so this sits nice and flat. And I'm going to just put this on the bottom. Just like that. Okay. Now let's do same thing that we did before. We're going to get our blending brush out and use the Balmy Blue again. And pick up a little bit of this color and just kind of do a little bit of the blue for a little sky drop in the background. And I like how it gets a little bit wispy, right? It's not just solid. Okay, I think that's plenty good enough. Nice and easy. Now I'm going to take a little bit of, this is crumb cake. It's just a scrap of crumb cake. And I'm going to take a pair of scissors and just kind of make kind of a nice curvy border at the top of it. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to seal this down. Hold on. Right onto here. And then we're going to end up cutting this circle as well. Now, actually, before I put that down, I do want to stamp a couple in Mossy Meadow, a couple like little, what would you call them? Like grasses, maybe the taller grasses. And hold on, here it is right here, this one. See, it's almost, I don't want to say weed, but let's say a taller grass or a little plant. So let's stamp a couple of those, one here, and then one a little bit lower. And then we can go ahead and put this on right like that. And then we're going to take the grass, and I'm just going to stamp a little bit of grass in this dry dirt right here. All right, now we're going to get out our die cut again. This time we're using a little bit smaller circle, and we're going to go ahead and die cut that circle out and have our little backdrop. So let me get our cute little machine out again. All right. Whoops, this one, doing it wrong. This one, I think, right like that. Good. I got my scissors underneath. Okay, there's our little scene for our bag. All right, so let's go ahead and pop this up onto our bag. And before we do that, let me remember to put the linen thread on this time underneath everything. So I'm just going to wrap this around 3 times. I think the linen thread's pretty inexpensive. I think it's only like $5 for the spool of linen thread. I'm gonna tie this over here. All right. Okay, that's pretty good. I like the way it curls too. I almost want to leave it long, right? Because it curls so pretty at the bottom. We'll cut it off. All right, now let's take the backs off of here and we can put our circle down. And we'll put that right about here. Make sure our plants are upright. Okay, let's take our little pigs and we're gonna pop up on this side and then use a little adhesive on this side. So let me get a set of pigs out. And so I'm gonna put the dimensional over here and a little bit of seal right here. And just put these cute little guys right here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue. Now, let me check something, because when I was cutting out some of these, I had grabbed a piece of the silver cardstock that I had already put some of the adhesive sheets on. So it already had the adhesive sheet backing. So now I can just take that off and it's got the adhesive already on it. It was quite by accident, but after I discovered it, I was like, oh, that's what I should have done in the first place. All right, just like that. All right, then the only thing we have left to do is put our little pigs in. Now I got these from Amazon. They're called Pink Piglets. They're sour raspberry gummies and they are delicious. And I think they're really cute too. So I'm just gonna put them in our little treat bag right here. And just drop them in there. I wanna eat one really bad right now too, because they're really delicious. And kind of push them down to the bottom so you can see them. Okay. If you're going to give these away, make sure, I guess I will make sure I wash my hands or use tongs. I usually have a little cute little silver pair of tongs to put those in with. Okay. All right, and there's our treat bags for tonight. All right, so let me just show you what we've made tonight, all our little projects. Again, I'm going to tell you about a couple things, and I want to show you what we have for next week, because we've got more fun projects next week if you're able to tune in. So we made the happy birthday pop-up card, thinking happy thoughts of you, our today is a good day card, and then our just for you little pink treat bags. Okay, so let me just go over a couple of quick things. Now, I've already touched on this, that if you want to buy the starter kit, there's a really good deal right now, and it's $129. You get $175 worth of Stampin' Up! Products that you pick, whatever you want, plus the machine, the mini machine. So that's really awesome. If you would like the project and measurement and supply sheet, just email me at sunshineandsparklestamping@gmail.com, and I will be happy to send you the project sheet that has all the measurements on it and pictures of the cards. If you place an order of $35 or more with me, I will send you the February 2023 Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial. I participate in this group. There's 10 of us in this group, and every month we design a card and we all do a PDF, so you have all the instructions to make these cards from all these demonstrators. So I will email that to you for free. This is the card that I designed for February. It's a sympathy card made with the By the Sea set. Okay. New Paper Pumpkin started on the 11th, and this is 10 years of growth, and it's gonna, if you get this paper pumpkin, you'll create 9 cards. It's got an all occasion stamp set, and then because it's their anniversary, they're gonna give you another free stamp set to celebrate the anniversary. If you want to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, this is it. I do want to tell you that I'm going to be hosting an Easter class. So it's going to be an online class, and I'll have the details for it next week, but I just want to show you a couple of the cards that are going to be in the Easter class that I'm going to offer. So I'm using 2 sets for this card class. One is the Easter Bunny set. And I don't know that I have that handy right now. I think I dropped it somewhere. But also, this is free. The Thanks a Bunch set is free right now from Sale-a-bration. But I'm going to include this stamp set free in my card class. I'm also going to include a quarter pack of this also Sale-a-bration item of this really beautiful paper to make these cards with. So you'll get both of these things if you order my card class. So here's some more of the cards. We've got this little bunny Happy Easter card. Thanks a Bunch with the carrots. Everything's Coming Up carrots. Another little Easter card with that. And then this cute little Easter basket. So I'll have more details on that next week. And then the cards that we're going to do for next week's class, I use the Sale-a-bration paper for, that is the Enjoy the Journey. And I love these colors. And this coordinates with the Stampin' Die set in the catalog too. So these are the cards we'll make next week with the Enjoy the Journey set. So we've got Mountains of Thanks, You Belong Among the Stars, and I'm So Inspired by Your Courage. I just love these beautiful colors. So I hope you can join me next week for next week's class. And I thank you guys so much for joining me this week. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day and a great rest of the week. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.